Hello, hello. All right. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever it is you're seeing this. My name is Valerie, and my friends call me Val. Welcome back to another yoga practice. I'm going to give everybody just a few minutes to get signed on here. I was having a little technical difficulties for some reason. It just said no live streaming available, but looks like here we go. Casey's on. Good morning, Val. Good morning, Casey. Anyone else that ends up joining or whatnot, please feel free to say hello and where you're joining from. And welcome. All right. And like always, I have a nice class for you, filled with a nice theme and a yoga practice with that theme kind of tied in with the meditation and the yoga practice. So I hope everybody's doing well on this sunny Wednesday here in Germany. Not sure what the weather's like where you are joining from. We'll give everybody just a few more moments to kind of get signed on here, get set up, maybe grabbing their mats and getting their water. I always have my water here. All right. Never have too much of a long intro, but I do notice when I at least give everybody, 2 minutes past the start time mark, there's a lot more people signed on and all ready to go. But Casey, I really appreciate you joining on time every time. You're here right on the nose. I appreciate you kind of bearing through as I kind of make up a bunch of things to say for the next few moments. All right. So, hope people aren't having technical difficulties. Gonna check my cell phone, make sure everyone's not trying to text me that they can't get on or something. Okie doke. So, all right, I guess I'll just say, like usual, this is live. So therefore anything can happen, but that's kind of half the fun of doing this, so that I am live and I'm here doing this with you. Kind of making this tiny little community during still some pretty uncertain times going on in the world. Even though it looks like restrictions are beginning to loosen up. It's not back to any sort of normalcies. But I will continue to do this because I enjoy doing it live, kind of to interact. And Casey's saying, always a great way to start the day. Awesome. Yeah, you're right, because it's morning over there. It's more of my evening over here. That's great. Okay, so the theme of the day today, without any further ado, is, and this is, I'm always reading from these Louise Hay cards, her power of intention cards, power affirmations or something like that. I forget. At least I forget today. I'll remember by Friday or later in the class. All right, so today's card is all is well in my world. Everything is working out for my highest good. Out of this situation, only good will come. I am safe. And I think I always like her cards, and I always kind of do these just so I can kind of say a little something about them, of just kind of having that mantra of all is well in my world. All is well. All is well, or everything's going to work out. I'm safe. I think if we kind of keep these mantras, that even though kind of life ebbs and flows and we kind of have these good days, bad days, difficult emotions, good emotions, just to kind of repeat that mantra, all is well, everything's working out, I'm safe, I'm going to make it through this. And I think just another important thing to maybe even say is to maybe not label our emotions as necessarily good or bad. They're just emotions. That's just what they are. And they're going to be with us our entire life. So it's actually best to kind of befriend them and know that all is well, even when we are feeling these difficult emotions, which is why during all of my meditations and yoga practices, I'm just having you notice the sensations in your body or the feelings that you're having around that emotion. Emotions it's just energy in motion. And that's all it is. It's just to become aware of when we're feeling it in our body. And that we don't necessarily just have to feel good all the time. It's just kind of noticing, okay, that's not necessarily, that feels kind of interesting in my body, and just kind of allowing it to release. And I know I've kind of mentioned it before, but I always talk about kind of like Brooke Castillo. She's an amazing life coach. She's got a really cool podcast out. It's called The Life Coach School. So if you need a good podcast, I highly recommend that one, because she's also talking about emotions, obviously, a lot. And the one thing she said I thought was kind of interesting, that if you were given like a menu of all the emotions in the world, and if you could pick the ones that you wanted and you would have for the rest of your life, which ones would you pick? Obviously, hopefully happiness and excitement and things like that. And she always says to kind of add in maybe some of the negative ones as well, of like sadness and anger or whatever, even some of those negative ones, because with those, if you only had like just positive emotions all the time, if you only were good and happy constantly, it would actually probably get kind of boring, because you need a little bit of the ebbs and the flow. You need a little bit of the low to feel that good, to feel that high, to feel that deep happiness or that deep love when you know the contrast to it. So that's all she's kind of saying, that she's not wishing it on anybody, of course, to have things happen to them, but just kind of noticing that, with negative, there's also the opposite of that positive. And I just also think that's really true in life, that sometimes our deepest lows, they never really know what they are trying to teach you or how they will serve you later until much later on. Maybe it's the same day, maybe it's a year or years down the road that's like, that's actually a really low point, or that wasn't, that didn't feel really good, but it was worth it. It was worth it. It pushed me to grow, or I feel like I'm a different person because I went through that. So it's kind of good to notice that, all is well in my world, without feeling these emotions and going through this is completely normal. And I know I say it all the time, I've mentioned it before, but that movie Inside Out, I think it's Pixar, and they have all the little emotions in the heads. I think that's just a really fun depiction of that, of how Joy, which is one of the characters, thought that all the memories always just had to be joyful and good. But actually in those joyful memories was actually sadness, the character sadness, and sadness in general of, okay, maybe she got really hurt and she was crying, but she felt really comforted and loved by her parents in that same memory. So Joy only remembered the love and the joy, but the sadness was also there that brought together that comfort. So again, let's best try not to kind of judge our emotions too much. Maybe not label them so much as good versus bad, but just kind of, okay, it's there, and how do I feel my way through this? So rather than pushing it away and I don't want to feel this, bringing it to the surface, kind of taking a look at it and see what wisdom is trying to teach you. What can I learn from the situation? Just like the card says, everything is working out for my highest good. Out of this situation, only good will come. And that's if we kind of look at any issues or anything we're going through and just try to find that the good or the wisdom from it. And I think sometimes what can block a bit of our wisdom is self-criticism and self-judgment, that we're so kind of critical on ourselves. And I think that comes in a little bit of the world that we live in, of comparison constantly, especially with the social media world, of kind of looking at people with these perfect lives or these photoshopped photos, and we're constantly comparing and thinking we should have that. So we're kind of beating ourselves up for not having it, or this comparison or whatever. And it can cause all sorts of issues from, self-doubt, feeling not enough, unworthiness, and especially self-judgment. And so today I thought, just kind of with the theme of today of all is well, we're going to do a meditation that has to do a little bit with like kind of giving and receiving. And so kind of with the thought of kind of, as you inhaling acceptance, like total and complete acceptance for who you are. Just acceptance, just accepting of who you are as a human, and just as a perfectly imperfect human being. So just accepting that, kind of finding that peace and that ease with that, and then exhaling self-judgment or criticism. So just exhaling, getting rid of that self-judgment, and inhaling acceptance towards yourself. And I've done another yoga class more on like forgiveness, but this is just more on the lines of just truly accepting yourself. Because I think once you can accept yourself, then you can begin to like yourself, and then you can begin to love yourself. So that you can totally love and accept yourself, which I would hope would be the goal for everybody. Okay, so without any further ado, without any more of my mumbo jumbo speaking, I'm going to invite you to go ahead and get into a nice, comfortable seated position. So whether if you're seated on the couch or on a chair, just make sure your feet are firmly planted on the ground, the nice straight back. Also, if you are seated on the ground, maybe have a little pillow underneath your bottom so your spine is nice and tall, shoulders relaxed. Go ahead and maybe do a little tension release, removing your shoulders a bit and get that tension out. Okay. And now I invite you to go ahead and close your eyes and just begin to breathe a little bit slower and deeper. So just breathing in and out of your nose. Nice deep inhale. And slow exhale. Just bringing your awareness to your breath. And as you bring your awareness to your breath will naturally begin to slow. Try to make your exhale just a little bit slower and longer than your inhale. And just begin to bring your awareness to your body and just noticing where you might be gripping or holding any tension. And with a nice deep inhale, inhaling relaxation, and exhaling just a little bit of that stress, that tension, that anxiety, anything that is you're holding on to or gripping, release that on the exhale. Inhaling ease and relaxation. And exhaling any tension, stress, or anxiety, any gripping feeling. Now, just to bring us to the present moment, just notice where you are. Just where you are. And that your bottom is touching the chair or the floor. Maybe noticing that your spine is nice and tall. Just noticing where you are in the room with your eyes closed. Now bring your awareness back inside to any feelings or sensations that you're having. Just noticing. Just becoming aware. And just maybe naming it. Like, I have a little tightness in my chest. Maybe a little pain in my hip. Just noticing it, naming it. And on a nice deep inhale that peace and that ease. Sending it to those areas. And then exhaling the remaining tension or stress or anything that you're holding on to. Feeling free to exhale out your mouth or your nose, whatever feels kind of good for you. So if you feel like you're holding on to a lot of tension, feel free to exhale out your mouth. Making sure to keep your face nice and relaxed as you do so. Now bringing your awareness back to your breath, perhaps to your chest, as your chest rises and falls with each inhale. This time on the inhale, imagine inhaling acceptance. Just total acceptance of yourself and what that feels like. And then on the exhale, exhaling any self-judgment that you might be holding on to. Inhaling acceptance. And exhaling self-judgment. And do this for a few rounds as you inhale acceptance and exhale self-judgment, releasing that self-judgment and receiving acceptance. And as you begin to do that, notice any sensations in your body on that inhale of what acceptance feels like in your body. How it feels to be totally accepting of yourself. Just notice how that feels. Now I'd like to do 2 little kind of visualizations, so with your eyes still closed. I'd like you to imagine in your mind's eye a child in your life, so maybe your own or a friend's child, maybe your own children, maybe imagining them young, or if you don't have young children or children of your own, maybe imagining yourself as a small child. And just imagine that small child in your mind's eye. Notice all the joy and innocence that they have. The little kids are so joyful and innocent, and the way they see the world, that they haven't learned to judge themselves. And just look at that child and how carefree they are. And just ask yourself, would you want that child to carry any of the self-judgments that you're carrying? And I would assume the answer is no, which is good. So on another deep inhale, really breathe in that innocent, joyful acceptance of yourself. And exhale any remaining judgment, criticism, or even chronic guilt you might be holding on to. Just release it all. And next, I'd like you to bring to your mind's eye someone that's really easy to love. Perhaps it's that same child. Perhaps it's your spouse or a partner. Just imagine that person in your mind's eye, just someone very easy to love and who loves you back. Just imagine them in your mind's eye, seeing them and seeing them looking back at you, just with so much love for you. Maybe seeing them smile at you. Now I invite you to kind of step into them, step into their body, looking out of their eyes, looking at you. And just notice how they feel about you. Just notice how much love that they feel for you. And just notice how that feels in your body to feel unconditionally loved and accepted by this person. Bring your awareness back to your breath. Allow that feeling of love and acceptance to circulate through your body in a nice deep inhale. Allowing that to kind of spread through your body and kind of blanket you, allowing you to feel really good and really uplifted. With a deep inhale in. Exhale slowly and gently begin to bat your eyelashes and open your eyes and know that all is well in your world. Good job. And I'm going to scoot back on my mat. I'm going to reread the quote because I saw a few people kind of join, maybe mid-meditation. Welcome. The card is all is well in my world. Everything is working out for my highest good out of this situation. Only good will come. I am safe. So that's why we were kind of doing peace and ease and breathing in all types of self-acceptance. So we're going to be kind of bringing that into our practice. So I'm going to go ahead and scoot back onto my mat here. I invite you to do the same. And I'm actually going to start with my legs extended, just from having my legs bent. So go ahead and extend your legs. Maybe shake them out if you were seated like I was. Thank goodness my feet didn't fall asleep this time like they usually do. And stand up nice and tall, nice long spine here. Maybe pull on the mat a little bit with your heels, getting a little bit of bend in your knees. Inhaling nice and tall and just gently hinging at your hips with an exhale. And just kind of forward folding, just allowing your head to relax and your jaw to relax. Just a nice little stretch for our back. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling back up. And go ahead and kind of bend your knees just a little more generously. And bring your hands behind your back, fingertips pointing your bum. Inhaling your chest up to the sky. And gently begin to raise your chin all the way up. Nice, broad through the shoulders, lifting up the heart and the chest. Inhaling, total love and acceptance. Let that rain over you. And exhaling, any type of self-criticism. Good job. And go ahead and bring your right foot over your left knee. So we usually do this reclined. So do this nice and gently and mindfully. And keep that right foot flexed. And if you'd like to make this a little bit deeper, you can move your bum closer to your left foot, allowing that stretch to get a little bit deeper. And again, we're staying nice and long in the spine and lifted. So I'm not kind of sinking in here. Really long and lifted, feeling that nice stretch. Breathing into that hip. By wiggling those toes. And go ahead and gently move the foot out and undo that there. And inhaling left leg, bending at the knee, gently crossing that over. Keeping the left foot flexed as you either move the foot in or you can scoot your bottom closer to your foot, whatever's more comfortable. Making sure you're staying long in the chest here. Or long in the spine, open in the chest. I feel like kind of you make up these words. Now I understand why my mom did it when I was a kid, combining my sister's name and my name. My sister's name's Jessica and I'm Valerie, and I was always Jet Val. Now I understand. And go ahead and release that leg as we kind of combine these words. All right. And what we're going to do is go ahead and stay in that seated position. So whatever's comfortable. So cross-legged or on your legs, whatever's comfortable. And we're going to bring our hands to our heart center. Staying nice and long in the spine again. Really kind of engaging that core. And we're just going to gently twist as far as we can to the left and the right. So nice deep inhale. And exhale, allowing yourself to turn from your navel. Inhaling and exhaling to the center. Inhaling and exhaling to the opposite side. Really turning only from the navel. As I do that, I can hear myself kind of straining to talk. Inhaling to center and release the hands. And what we're going to do now is kind of our eagle arms. So inhaling both arms, kind of reach, roll the shoulders back and bring the left arm under the right, crossing at the elbows, that karate chop. Option to stay right here or continue all the way around until your palms are touching. Breathing. And go ahead and inhale the elbows up, up. Inhale, and on an exhale, if you'd like, go ahead and pull the palms away, opening up the shoulder blades. Breathing, relaxing the face, opening up the shoulders. And exhale, bending your elbows, bringing your fingertips towards your face, lowering the elbows down, and then gently unwinding, opening up, reach to your sides. And this time bringing the left arm underneath the left, bringing right arm under left into that karate chop. Option to stay right here or completely continue wrapping the hands. Staying right here. Make sure those shoulders are rolled back. Inhaling, elbows up. Breathing into your upper back, into your shoulder blades. And exhaling, kind of moving your hands away from the face as you breathe. And on an exhale, bringing hands back and gently lowering down the elbows and unwinding the arms. And opening up wide, hugging the world, because all is well. Good. And exhale your hands down. And we're going to go ahead and move on to our tabletop position. Or, as you know, is cat-cow. Here we go. So knees are in line with hips. Wrists are in line with the shoulders. Go ahead and inhale, lifting the tailbone, dropping the belly, pressing away from the mat. Inhaling the head up. And exhaling, lowering the tailbone down, pressing away from the mat and lowering the head. Feel free to move on your own breath. Feel free to do movements that work for you and feel good for you and your body as we kind of inhale and exhale, moving along the spine. I always like to imagine as if like breathing up and down my spinal cord. So exhaling, it's coming down my head. And then as I inhale, lifting the tailbone, pressing away from the mat. Good job. Coming into neutral spine now. Really contract those abs. So what I mean by that, engage your core, is kind of protect your spine. So we're going to kind of roll the hips, activate that core. If you'd like, you can kind of come onto your toes here, and we're going to lift the knees, really using that lower core muscle. Breathing. Activate that core, pressing away from the mat. And exhale down, lowering the knees. We're going to go ahead and open up the knees here. We're not going to go in the child's pose quite yet, but kind of opening up the knees as if we were going to come to child's pose. Bring the left hand kind of in line with your nose. Inhale, right arm up. Reach for the sky. And on an exhale, we're going to thread the needle. So exhale, threading the needle, bringing my right arm between my left, coming all the way down to my shoulder. And feel free to extend the left arm above the head. So this is a rather deep stretch, but breathe. So option to have the left arm above, or just really pressing into it, or even just kind of fully surrendering and bringing it behind on your sacrum of your lower back. Really spiraling open. Breathing, relaxing the face. And if the hand is not planted, plant the left arm. Inhale, pressing into the left palm. Inhale, reaching for the sky. And exhale the arm down, replacing it with the left. So bringing the right kind of in line with the nose. Inhaling, left arm up, reach. And on an exhale, kind of scooping down in between, threading the needle, coming down onto your shoulder. Option to keep your hand here or extend it above, whatever feels comfortable. Or even bringing your hand around and opening up. Just breathing. Relaxing the face. Go ahead and plant the hand, pressing into the right palm. Inhaling all the way to open, and exhale, lowering the arm down. Good job. Bringing wrists back in line with the shoulders, bringing the knees back in line with the hips. We're going to actually lower down onto our elbows in line with the shoulders. We got our railroad tracks here. And we're gently just going to kind of move our knees back, opening up the shoulders even more till you can maybe lower your forehead to the ground. If you need, you can open your arms wider. So we're coming into kind of puppy pose here. Breathing into your lower belly. If the option to bring your forehead is not there for you, you can always stay up here or bring a pillow and put it underneath. And inhale, coming up to rise here. We're going to bring our elbows back in line with our shoulders, really pressing and gripping onto the mat. I'm going to kind of scoot our knees in a little bit, tucking the toes, pressing into the mat, into our hands, and lifting the tailbone to the sky for dolphin pose. This is actually a good variation for anybody that has wrist issues or anything, to do dolphin instead of downward facing dog. So I'm really pressing away from the mat. Don't sink in with your shoulders, really press away, pedaling out the feet here, relaxing the neck, and gently begin to lower the knees down and slowly make your way onto your belly, lowering the hips down. Maybe removing the arms from underneath and just kind of sprawling out, maybe shaking out the hips, allowing the shoulders to relax for a moment. Let me get my hair out of my face. Just shaking the hips. So bringing your feet in a line, almost touching here, pressing into the tops of your feet and your pelvis. Let's go ahead and bend our knees. So just kind of bend our knees and allow your feet to kind of go side to side here. Good job. And then lower them back down. Let's bring our elbows back in a line with our shoulders, coming into Sphinx pose. And really pressing away, pressing into the hands, rolling the shoulders back, pressing into the tops of the feet, into your pelvis, lifting up and away. Just thinking long and lifting. Lift and lengthen. Lift and lengthen. And now option to kind of bend those knees again. Be looking at your feet. Good job. And go ahead and lower the feet down and lower yourself down to the mat. Good job. Bringing now hands underneath of the shoulders here, pressing into the tops of the feet, keeping elbows in. Inhale, pressing up to cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, pressing up to tabletop, tucking the toes and lifting the hips into downward facing dog. Good job. Wagging the tail a bit. And with your gaze up between your hands, gently begin to walk, jump, or step all the way forward, staying hinged at the hips. Allowing your head just to fall. your neck to relax. And gently begin to rise, vertebrae by vertebrae, nice and slow, so don't come up too quickly here. Plus, try to enjoy the journey all the way up. Last thing to come up is your head. Really good. Tucking my pants a little bit more here. And a little baby bouncing your knees here. Inhaling both arms up, reaching for the sky. Feeling that nice length in your spine. Reach, reach, reach. And if you've been with me these last couple of days, we're going to open up to the side. So, nice little gentle twist. Bringing fingertips of the right behind you and left fingertips forward. Gentle little twist. Inhale, coming up. Back to center. Exhale, left fingertips behind, right fingertips forward. Little twist to the left. Inhale, hands back to center. We're going to do that again. Exhale, opening up to the right. So right fingertips behind, left fingertips forward. Opening up. Inhale, coming back to center. And exhale, left fingertips behind, right fingertips forward. Inhale, both hands up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Good job. Okay. And we're going to move through a little flow here, so feel free to stay with me or just meet me in downward facing dog. All right. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, nice long spine. Engaging that core. Exhale, down, planting the hands, walking or jumping, stepping back into plank. Option to come to knees, keeping elbows in, core strong as you lower down. Pressing into the tops of your feet and your pelvis. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, pressing away from the mat. Tucking the toes and lifting the hips into downward facing dog. So if you're here already, welcome. If you need me to wait for just a moment, I will. Just continue to pedal at your feet for just a moment. And if you're able to get your feet flat, try not to lock your knees out. They should have a little bit of a bend still in them. You never want to lock the knees. Good job. And inhale, right leg up to the sky. Reach, reach, reach. I'm not sure why I decided to sing right there. And exhale, bringing knee to nose, using your core, and stepping forward, bringing the right leg forward, lowering the back leg. And inhale, nice and long through the spine. And if you need, you can move that back leg back, coming into a little deeper stretch here, staying long in the chest, lifting the heart. Exhale, as you straighten the front leg, lifting the toes to the ceiling. Nice calf stretch here. Staying long and strong in the back, so we're not collapsing in. You wiggle those toes a little bit. And exhale, planting the foot. And we're actually going to go ahead and swing that. I should say this a little better. I'm switching it up in my head. I had a different routine plan, but I want to do this instead. All right, so we're actually going to go ahead and pivot on that back knee. So we're going to go ahead and pivot that back knee, bringing the left foot behind you. So I'm going to switch positions so I can see you. So right knee is bent. I pivoted on my left knee. And we're going to do this really, really mindfully. So go ahead and bring the right hand to the inside of the right foot. Inhaling, left arm up to the sky. Reach, reach, reach. And on an inhale, using our core, we're going to lift up, lifting up, and just gently beginning to lower that left arm down. catching ourselves. So we're doing this very mindfully. Inhaling, right arm over. And as we do that, we're going to go ahead and pivot on that right foot, pressing in to the corners of the right foot. So it's that warrior 2 foot. Inhaling, right arm over and above, feeling this nice length. So we're pressing up and away from the hips. Nice long and open through the shoulders. This is doing a lot. Breathing. Relaxing the face, looking up. Good job. And go ahead and do a little bit of circles, allowing the hand to drop down across your face, almost like you have a paintbrush. Just doing a little bit of circles and breathing. And as it comes down across your face, inhale the arm in the opposite direction. As you're inhaling at the opposite direction, as it comes up and align with your arms, begin to allow yourself to lift up, bending that knee, adjusting that foot, pointing it forward, doing this really mindfully and slowly here. And go ahead and pivot on that back foot. Back knee, bringing your legs back in a line. Go into that little bit of that stretch there again. And go ahead and step back your right foot. Tuck the toes and lift the hips up into the sky. Good job. And with your gaze between your hands, gently begin to walk, jump, or step forward in your forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, long neck and spine here, core is engaged. Exhale down. Inhale up to rise, really pressing into those feet as I hit all of my plants. And exhale, hands to heart center. So I'm actually going to come back to this side of my mat because I'm going to have to do the other side. Good job. All right, so we're going to move through another flow. And then we're going to do the other side. Option to flow with me or go at your own pace. But either way, meet me in downward facing dog. All right. Inhale up. I like to do mine nice and slow and move with my breath. Inhale up, nice deep. Feel that length in my spine. Exhale, swan diving down. Core's nice and strong and engaged. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale down, planting the hands, walking, jumping, stepping back. Holding that plank, elbows in, lowering down, pressing into the tops of the feet and the pelvis, inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling, pressing into the tops of your hands, lifting the heels and coming into our downward facing dog. Good job. And so this time, left leg, inhale, left leg up. It's your leg, hold it up there, you've got it. Using your core, exhaling, bringing knee to nose. And stepping forward. Go ahead and lower that back knee. Nice and long in the spine, inhale. Option to move the knee back a little bit more to get a deeper stretch. Inhale, looking up. And on an exhale, straightening the front leg and pointing the toes up to the ceiling. Staying nice and long in the spine. And exhale, planting the foot. And begin to pivot on that knee. So pivot the foot behind. I'm not hit my stereo case here. And again, very mindfully, so I'm going to bring my left arm to the inside of my left foot. Pressing away, inhaling, right arm up. Reach, reach, reach. Engaging that core. So here we go. On an inhale, lifting yourself and gently allowing yourself to come to your right hand, coming to your right hand. Go ahead and pivot that left foot into that warrior 2 stance and bringing the left arm up and above. Feeling all that energy. Adjusting, making sure your core is strong. Pressing up and away. Really opening up through the chest, relaxing the face. Now we're going to go ahead and move through with our breath. Exhaling, allowing the arm to drop across the face. Inhaling all the way up. Exhaling, watching it kind of as it falls. Moving the shoulders, inhaling up. And again, so stay with me. Exhaling as the arm comes down across the face. Inhale the arm up. And as it becomes in line with your other arm, allow it to lift you up with that inhale. Pivoting that front foot forward. Hair is crazy. And exhale, both arms down. Pivoting that knee back in a line. Bringing your arms to both sides, so on either side of your foot. Go ahead and tuck that back toe, lifting the leg, and press back into downward facing dog this time. Nice. Hips are nice and cracky. Nice deep breaths. A little bit of movement here. Whatever feels good. And with your gaze between your hands, gently begin to walk or jump or step your way forward to your forward fold. Inhale halfway up. Exhale down. And inhale all the way up to rise. Hands to heart center. Good job. Perhaps you're feeling a little warmed up. All right, here we go. Checking in with the breath. Inhaling acceptance. And exhaling any judgment, any racing thoughts. Just let it go. And inhaling acceptance. All is well. Good job. Feeling a little light in the knees here. Inhaling both arms up. Feeling that length in that spine. Reach, reach, reach. Exhale nice and slow. Hinging at the hips. Swan diving down. Good job. And from here, we're going to step back the right foot in that runner's lunge here. Option to lower the knee or to kind of stay up. This nice long runner's lunge. So go ahead and inhale. Nice long posture here. And stay with me. So this is going to take a little bit of strength. You guys have done this with me before. Inhaling both arms up. There we go. Inhale both arms up to rise. See, even as a yoga teacher, sometimes when I talk too much, I wobble too. So we're going to check in with our posture here. Core strong. Engage. Inhaling both arms up. Reach, reach, reach. And on your exhale, we're going to do a gentle twist. So exhaling, left fingertip behind, right fingertips forward. And as we do that, allow the left arm down and raise the right arm all the way up. Maybe allowing the right hand all the way up to the sky and left hand's kind of touching right leg. Gaze is up. And exhale, releasing the arms. Bringing your left arm all the way back and around, moving from your core, bringing hands to heart center. There's a lot of movement there. And go ahead and drop that back heel, pivoting, opening up into our warrior 2 stance. And go ahead and release the arms. Good job. Checking in. Being proud of yourself. Here we go. This is a nice strong pose. Really lifting up, Feeling that core, ripping the mat open, really bending that front knee. Go ahead and sweep the palm facing up of your left hand. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, arm down to your left leg, inhaling the right arm up and above. Good job. Inhaling up, warrior two. And go ahead and exhale, propelling both arms down to the mat, pivoting on that back toe. And go ahead and pop that leg forward, a little hop forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale down. Inhale up to rise. Hands to heart center. So I'm going to move to the other side of the mat, so I open up on the right side. Checking in with your breath. Good job. I'm definitely sweating. I don't know about you. It's obviously because we don't have air conditioning in here. All right. In your mountain pose, inhaling both arms up. Reach, reach, reach. Reach for the sky. Exhale, forward fold, swan dive down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, down. But this time, stepping back with the left foot. In that runner's lunge here. Option to lower the knee or to stay right here. Get really long in that spine. Inhaling. And now what we're going to do, you know what we're going to do? We're going to rise, pressing in to the right foot, using your core, bringing the arms down and then up to rise you up. Inhaling, arms up. Got that beach ball. Checking in, making sure core is nice and strong as we go to our twist. We're going to open up to the right side, so dropping right fingertips behind. Left fingertips forward. And on an inhale, inhaling right fingertips up, dropping left fingertips. Gazes up. Exhale, coming back to that twist. And go ahead and bring that right arm nice and slow back around. Then bringing hands to heart center. Go ahead and drop that back heel, opening up into our warrior two. Breathing. Flip the palm up of your right hand. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, bringing the right arm to right leg. Bringing the left arm up and above. And inhale, coming up to warrior two. Go ahead and straighten that front leg. Pivot the right foot facing forward. And go ahead and heel toe just a little bit closer together. So maybe 2 heel toes. And allow your feet to kind of face out. So if you've kind of done this with me before, it's kind of a goddess pose. And I'm feeling a little bit of movement here. So what we're going to do, with our core nice and strong, going to kind of set the booty back. So you're setting the booty back and bending the knees. So inhaling, using your glute muscles, and inhaling up. Good job. Inhaling down, bringing hands to the outside of your knees, kind of to the inside of your thighs. Inhaling here, feeling really strong, hinging ever so gently. And as you hinge, pressing into the right hand, into your right leg, inhaling to look up. So this is kind of opening up the legs, and it's also twisting. As you look up over your left. Inhale, relax. And exhale, pressing into the left, dropping that left shoulder almost as you look over at the right. Inhale, coming to center. And go ahead and release, come on up. And bring the hands up, all the way up into that star pose. Maybe looking up at the sky. Reach, reach, reach. Take up so much space. You're worthy of taking up all the space in this room. Take it up, own it. Breathe in, acceptance. And exhale any judgment, criticism, guilt. Just get rid of it. Inhale that acceptance. Good job. And on an exhale, bringing hands to heart center, bending the knees. Stay with me. We're almost done. We're going to go ahead using the core, coming on to our right elbow to right kind of thigh, coming a little deeper here, coming into that squat. Make sure your booty's back. Inhaling left arm up and over. Breathing into that side body, really opening up. I know this is tough. Stay with me. And inhaling up to rise, taking up that space and that star. Inhaling acceptance, letting go any judgment. We're going to go back in. Go to the other side. Exhale, bringing hands to heart center, sending the booty back. Now bringing left arm to thigh. Inhaling right arm up and over. Sending that butt back, coming in a little bit lower. You've got this. Using that core, using that booty. And inhaling all the way up. I did that a little different than the first time. Sorry about that. Inhaling both arms up. Taking up that space. Inhaling acceptance and joy and love for yourself. And exhaling any judgment or criticism. Hands on heart center. Good job. All right, we're almost done here. Last of this. I know your legs are getting tired, but stay with me. Coming back into that squat. Sending booty back. Use that butt. Here we go. Go ahead and inhale the left heel. Inhale left heel. Using the core. Inhale left heel and right heel. So just alternate. Inhaling left and inhaling right. And on your last little big inhale, see if you can come up onto both. Mindfully raising up. And exhaling down, straightening both the legs, bringing feet facing forward. Go ahead and gently hinge at the hips. Allowing hands to fall, maybe heel toeing. Your feet back in alignment underneath you. As you breathe, so I'll turn sideways here. And gently bend the knees, maybe bringing your chest to your knees. Allowing your head to fall. And gently begin to bend the knees even further, supporting yourself as you bring your bottom all the way down. Maybe rocking forward on your hands. I know we're running out of time. I did have a arm balance plan, but we're out of time. So just from here, we're going to just come to our bottoms nice and gently. And we're going to slowly make our way onto our back. And before we close out for today, we're going to do some very easy core exercises. So since we're all warmed up and fired up. And these are safe for anybody, even if you've just had a baby. Maybe if you're not pregnant, but if you've had a baby and you're still healing. Or if you haven't used your core muscles because we've been doing a lot of sitting. The most important thing is bringing your back flat onto the mat. So rotating your pelvis, that's why I'm always saying that, rotating your pelvis, pressing your back into the mat with your knees bent, maybe bringing your feet a little closer to your bottom here. Press, 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 and as you really press your lower back into the mat, and inhaling, lifting the pelvic floor, really contracting these lower muscles here. Feel what that feels like. Breathing. Maybe even putting your hands here to feel them contracting. And we're just going to do 10 of these. So it's just 5 on each side as we just toe touch. So I'm going to straighten my right leg, bringing it back. Keeping my back on the floor and all of this engaged. Left leg. Right leg touch and back. Keep them engaged. 2. Right side, touch. Keep that engaged. Don't let it go. Imagine as if there's like a dollar bill under there. Don't let it go. Left side. Really engage those lower muscles. Breathing. Relax your face. We're just keeping our back on the floor. Left leg. 1 more on each side. Right leg. And left leg. Really good. And Deep breath in, bringing arms up and above, straightening the legs. Really good. Go ahead and bend the knees. Give yourself a hug. Allow your knees to fall to your right side, opening your arms up to a T, looking over your left shoulder. Inhaling, knees to center. Exhaling, letting them fall, looking over your right shoulder. Inhaling, legs to center. Bringing hands up in between the knees, grabbing the outside of the feet for happy baby. Breathing. And exhaling. Good job. Feel free to do any last little movements you feel your body needs. And make your way into Savasana, to corpse pose. So legs aren't touching and arms are at your side. I invite you to close your eyes and begin to relax your toes, relax your ankles, relax your shins. Relax the tops of your legs and the backs of your legs. Just melt into the floor. Relax your hips and your bottom. Relax your lower back, your mid back, and your upper back. Just melt into the floor. Relax your lower belly, your abdomen, and your chest. All the way up to your shoulders. Just relax and melt into the mat, melt into the floor. Relax down your arms, to your elbows, to your wrists, down each fingertip. Just relax and melt into the floor. Begin to relax your neck and your throat, your jaw and your tongue and your mouth. Relax the back of your head, the top of your head, and your forehead. And relax all the remaining muscles in your face. And just melt into the floor, melt into your mat. Feeling completely relaxed. And bringing your awareness to your breath. Just breathing a little bit slower and deeper. And on the inhale, inhaling acceptance, just total love and acceptance for yourself. And exhaling any stress, anxiety, or self-judgment. And inhaling, gently wiggling your fingers and your toes, bringing awareness back to your body. Inhaling both of the legs, giving yourself a nice big hug. And exhaling to one side, cradling your head. And gently make your way up to a nice seated position so we can close out here. May you always have clarity of thought. May you always speak your truth. And may your heart always be filled with love, compassion, acceptance, peace, and ease, and a knowing that all is well in your world. Namaste. And for the time being, continue to namaste safe and healthy. Thank you so much for joining me. I apologize for going over today. But thanks for joining me. I'm going to continue doing this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Same time, same place. I really appreciate you all joining in. And please let me know in the comments, either here or later, or even send me a private message if what you want to work on. So if there's a day that you really want to work on legs or lower back or arms or core, kind of just let me know what you really want to work on, and I can try to incorporate that. Okay. Well, I wish you all a beautiful day. Oh, Gloria says, oh, luscious lumbar today. What a great practice. Awesome. Hey, Val, I thought I snuck in late, unseen. Great class. Thanks. Oh, you're so welcome, Bob. I'm glad you enjoyed. Casey, thanks so much. Wonderful. Awesome. Thank you so much, guys. Gloria, Bob, and Casey, and I think my dad too. So thank you everyone so much for joining, and those that weren't able to say hello. I hope to see you again on Friday for another live class. And I'm really glad that you enjoyed it. And remember, inhale acceptance, total love and acceptance for yourself, and exhale any type of judgment. Okay. Have a beautiful day. Love to you all. Bye.